Hotline. Welcome to the Harold Washington Post 1987 Hotline TV show. Here's that most fantastic Hollywood himself.
Yeah, right.
The greatest commander in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois. Buddy,
Thank you. Thank you.
it's been a pleasure.
Man, look at that. No
Working
crying
with
over
you.
the show. Yes. we gotta get that. We gotta get that straight. Yeah. Now since you brought that up, it's gonna be another year before I see you again.
Oh, yeah. This time I might sign up to take that trip to Mars.
All right.
But that's going to cost $20 million, though.
Okay. But now just reflecting on 2019.
Yes.
Going into 2020, and people say time fly by, when you don't pay no attention to it. But tonight is reflections about 2019 itself. Some good, some bad,
And some ugly.
sad, and ugly too, Good, bad, and ugly. Look out, Clint. But I want to tell you that it's been a nice ride with you, as always, But next year, each year get better.
Yeah.
Each year get better, and I'd like to thank you for being my sidekick.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it.
But we want to first give out some shout outs for year 2019. First off, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, which is my God, And now, because see, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here.
Yes.
So that's the first thing. And then for my partner's health,
Yes.
I'm glad that he's getting it together. And then the other shout outs for those that are sick, those in hospitals, like our partner, Jack.
Yes, Jack.
Jack Taylor, miss you. Hope you get better. Commander.
First Lady.
Oh, yes, right on.
First Lady.
I know you listening. Irena, I know you listening. But to you also, sweetheart.
Yes.
And then to my wife, Wanda, thank you for being you, for letting me be me.
Yes.
And I'm sorry my goddaughter at my house sick, eating chicken noodle soup.
Well, that's the right stuff to eat, though.
Yeah, but and this the right weather too for it, But evangelist, I like to say that. Evangelist Renee Graham from I would say Mississippi now, but she from Elgin, Illinois. But she here from Chicago though. But she's here visiting us for the holidays and stuff.
Okay.
But then for people that had passed, so many we're not gonna name because we don't have that much time. Whether it's political, Hollywood, basketball, sports, or whatever. But just want to give one shout out to Mrs. Doris Holder Johnson from Post 800. I want to give a shout out to her family and our condolences. That was a hard-working woman. And she served also with Operation Push. She served with the National Women Veterans Unite, which with my sister in arms, Rochelle Crump. And I had to do my duty next Monday. I had to escort her and the family out to Abraham Lincoln National Cemetery. She's going home to join the rest of the veterans, which she fought diligently for. And, we had to, just give the shout outs to whoever also. You don't have to be no veteran to get a shout out, but it's just that there so many people, friends, family members, people we don't even know, but we hear about them, you know. Even the people who's on the streets that's been killed here, not only here in the city of Chicago, but all over, for their friends, family members, and their loved ones. This is a year, each year is a year to remember, a reflection of those we love, those we lost. And I just want to let everybody know out there that, especially Post 800, that's in my district, prayers go out for you all, for the whole post and for the whole 3rd district itself. You know, so
Well, let's talk about Dow Smith down in.
down also, my sister, and then Miss Clara Hubbard.
Yes.
You know, you get, and not only just see, like I said, this show is for shout outs.
We're going to shout out to Obi, Follow the Money from A to Z, and a advocate and a representative liaison to Dow Inc.
And stay out the restaurant. Obi, stay out the restaurants. That's from me to you. Love you.
We want to send a shout out to the civilian community. Dow Inc. out there in Chicago, Fort Heights,
Yes.
is trying to do a fantastic job by offering a veteran village. And she needs all of the support that they can get. Folks, us veterans, we're nothing without you civilians. Because you civilians have to be the one that help support us veterans. And we want to shout out to you civilians that we appreciate you. And we really appreciate you because now most of you, many of you, have given us veterans the recognition that so many of us was reckoning for when we came back from the military.
Yes, another shout out to Queen Liz, the Reverend Doctor. I like to play with her with that because, you know, got that long name. The Reverend Doctor Elizabeth Lockhart.
Yes.
And the Arthur Lockhart Resource Institute and the Healing Center. A shout out to you all. Shout out to everybody. That's what the show is all about. It's a shout out. So while you doing that, I'm gonna step outside and see if we got any phone calls.
All right. To our veterans out there, tomorrow is a special day because the Governor's Task Force on Property Tax Relief supposed to put a report on the governor's desk. You veterans who own property, who pay property taxes, need to be in tune to that report. To you civilians out there, you need to be in tune to that report. Pay close attention to what come out of that report, because the report is for us citizens, us veterans, and civilians. And as we always say, all veterans don't get the same hookup, because when you are service connected with your disability, that means you can get up to 70% disability and you pay no property taxes. Now, I don't have a service-connected disability. Therefore, I don't get that perk, that benefit that some of you going to get. And because you're going to get it, you also need to be in tune to those of us that don't get that perk. We still need your help to make sure that we get the other benefits that's due us. 2019 has been a good year and a bad year. And as the commander talked about the ugly part, we have had so many veterans to take their lives. We have had civilians to stick up veterans. And that's a crying shame. Folks, as civilians, you should be very upset with anybody who mess over a veteran, because that vet put his life on the line so you can have the freedoms that you have. Yes, the Constitution gives you the First Amendment, the freedom of press, the freedom to say whatever you want to say other than fire in a theater. But folks, it's the military. It's the military that gives you the other freedoms that you have in this country. And every time you see a vet, you thank that vet for his service. You thank that sister who's a vet. Thank her for her service. Folks, it is very important that a country have a decent military so that we don't have a war here on our shores. The only wars we have at home is what we call a domestic war, internal war, where we don't get along with each other. But we should, because we are indeed our brothers and sisters keepers. And for all of these homeless vets, as civilians, you should be mad, very mad, when you see a homeless vet. That military budget is out of whack. And that budget needs to be trimmed so that more money can go into the taking care of our veterans and our citizens. Folks, 2020 have to be the year of a reckoning, because things got to change in this state if we are going to continue to be here. It is very important that you get registered, you vote, and you take someone else to the poll with you. To our men out there, a lot of men die because they don't go and get a checkup. They don't go to the doctor like they should. This is a cry out to the men. Look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I love me. I love me. And because I love me, I must take care of me. That means when something begins to act out of the extraordinary, when it comes to your body is your temple. Therefore, you need to go and get a checkup. Get your annual physical. Also, brothers and sisters out there, we need dental care. We need dental care. And we're saying to all of the civilians out there, make a phone call to Congress. Make a phone call to Tammy Duckworth and Dick Durbin and the Illinois delegation that we need them to support dental care for our veterans. Folks, the research is in. the data is in that if you don't take care of your mouth, it ain't no telling what's going to happen to your body, because your mouth, your teeth affects your body. And they're beginning to realize that now. That's why it's so important that the veterans get free dental care at the VA system. Also, we want to put an end to mean testing. Mean testing came about because of Ronald Reagan. And folks, when I went into the military and came out, I had the benefits of 100% from the VA system. And because of the fact that we got less veterans in Congress, those of them that are in Congress feel like they don't have to take care of us. And you know what, folks? We shouldn't have to have all them veterans in Congress, because those same Congress people will get in the well and praise us veterans, shout out about us veterans,
But don't do anything.
but don't do anything.
Don't do anything. That's a sad note. Just like we have veterans that's in politics, Congress representatives and
Yes.
all of this stuff like that. But see, then too, we have those there that's not veterans. But see, they come to us, ask for our support,
Yes.
just like our veteran family members in politics does. But see, when it comes down, once they get it, that's it. That's just like on the streets. When I was coming up, politicians, which they used to send the precinct captains, very rarely you see an alderman come to your door. They used to always send the precinct captains and whatever. But anyway, they want your support. Mm-hmm. Tell you what all they gonna do. Are we gonna stop all of this drug dealer? We gonna clear these corners and stuff like that. And elect them. But see, the same stuff still out there, same people still hanging out the corners, mm-hmm. Same people still hanging out the liquor store. And no telling what they throwing up, with these hand signals and stuff like that. But see, they supposed to be abolishing this. Vote for me and I'll set you free. I'm tired of that.
I raise your taxes.
Yeah, but that's not free.
Right.
We have to question ourselves. What do we really want? And how much we want it? Mm-hmm. How bad are we going to fight for this? It takes time and effort to each and every one of us when you are simply tired. But see, then too, it's hard to find a resolution for this because, see, your problem is not just yours.
Right.
It affects your neighborhood. It affects everyone. But see, the idea, when they say something about your one vote, one voice, it's more than that. It's more than that. Let your voice be heard. If you need a microphone, a megaphone, whatever, you can raise your voice to let them politicians be heard. No more. And then too, I respect a lot of them. But I will have to say this, with all due respect, some of y'all been in office too long.
Yes.
And we need some fresh blood up in there.
And that's the local, county, township, state, and federal.
Right.
And that's 5
5 different
government units,
yes,
levels of government, rather.
municipalities and stuff. You know, but see that there, all they say is that I hear you.
Yep.
Act like it.
Well, we need more than you saying something.
But
We need
main
some
thing, we do need action. And then
action.
what makes so bad about it, we need action from our neighborhoods,
Yes.
our community.
Yeah, stop the violence. Stop the violence.
Nothing will never be done unless you stand up. As the late great Malcolm X said, you know, if you can't stand up for anything, you'll fall for something.
Yep.
And you will.
And folks,
And that's the okie doke.
you're going to have to assume the responsibility of taking care of our community. Most of you know it's your brother, your kin folks out there committing crime and violence.
And don't want to say
In
anything
our
about it.
community.
You look the other way, but yeah,
Yes.
when it come down to you, now you ready to holler. You ready to throw up a
Yes.
banner and stuff. What about the other people?
Yes.
It starts at home. It starts in your neighborhood. It starts on the streets.
Yes.
Nothing will ever return to yesterday because yesterday is gone.
gone.
But I remember coming up, we used to ride our bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Little girls don't even jump rope anymore.
No. No.
What's wrong with this? People don't even sit outside anymore.
It's too dangerous.
And then when they have street block parties, they got the police patrolling it.
And then a lot of folks don't even come out for that.
Right.
I mean, the street parties that our posts go to every year, I think, was it last year or year before last, we had a lot of children to come out.
Right.
This year,
We didn't hardly have it.
hardly nobody, not
Yeah.
even adults.
Because they scared to congregate in the streets
Yes.
because drive-bys. Where young people, you know, I even hate to say even maybe younger than 10 may have a gun.
Yes.
Where are they getting these guns from? I can't even get one, although I don't want one, but how is this? Teenagers coming up with Glocks and everything, like, where'd you getting this from?
And not only that, Commander, where is the humanity,
Where's the respect?
the respect? How can you stand outside of somebody's house and shoot up in the house and you kill a child, a baby?
And people don't know who it is.
Right.
You know who it is. I'm not gonna say anything because of retaliation. Well, then don't say nothing. Why call the police when you're not gonna say anything?
We put our lives on the line for this country. And because we put our lives on the line, for this country, and when we come back home, we should not have to endure more violence in America and in our neighborhoods that we experience in wartime.
Yeah, especially like now, those that's coming home from Iraq, Afghanistan and everything like that, coming from a war zone, then coming right back into another war zone.
Commander, when you're having fun, time flies.
And it does. That's why I said time wait for no one.
Yes.
But next year,
2020.
which is right around the corner. When we say 2020, we're not talking about that Morgan David 2020.
Right. We'll be
You
back in April. We want to shout out once again to Jack, get well,
To Sylvia
to Sylvia,
and
a
the
great
rest of the
technician,
family.
and the rest of the staff here at CAN TV. We thank CAN TV for giving us the opportunity to come into your living rooms.
And thank you to our loved ones. Have a nice night.
Until April,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.